Yo, what's up, guys? New video. Also talking to the stream right now, recording this while streaming. Another video in the series of how to progress while you're stuck in progression in Summoners War. I made the video already on the grinds and chants. Check that out already. I think that one is more interesting than this one personally, because that's something people are doing worse in general. But another big issue for a lot of people is runes. What runes do you keep? What runes do you up? Where to use them? How to use them? When you're stuck out of rune storage, those kind of things. I think a lot of people are still heavy speed chasing. That's wrong. In general, that's wrong. The mindset of having runes that you would say like, okay, if there's no speed, I sell it, is very wrong. For what I would recommend to focus on is efficiency. So you cannot check it here, too bad. I think Kantos have to do a switch for that, because here you can actually check, hey, what's the max efficient roll? So you kind of have to know it by heart. If you play long enough, you get there at some point. I'm also not gonna tell you, it's like keep blue runes and blah blah blah, that kind of shit. Like, sure, for some blue runes are better than hero runes, totally true, but too much effort. No one's gonna listen to this video if I tell you to start stacking blue runes, because fuck blue runes. Thing is, what kind of runes do you keep? What kind of runes do you sell? This, for example, Endure, slot 5. The rolls are kind of low. It's technically already a 1 of max, 3 of max, 5 of max. You could potentially roll this for a 30 attack. If this would roll into 30 attack, it's probably a rune you could use. Because 30 attack could be 37 attack. That's probably one of your highest attack on the slot 5. While this thing actually looks very terrible from the get-go, right? So I'm not necessarily saying like you need an Endure with 35 attack on it or something. But it's just having the mindset of like, okay, what can it potentially be? If it rolls like low into anything, you're gonna sell it. That's the mindset you should have. Sure, if there's speed on it, you can always roll it. You already understand that one. But you should chase the efficiency. If anything is a high roll, you can probably place it somewhere and make it work. Even if it's a rune and you get like 40 HP on it, on a really random set, maybe guard 40 HP, and you're gonna be like, I have no clue where to use this, how to use this, because it's a shit set. Don't mind about the set. There's so many things that can work on a broken set. And with broken sets, you can get really far. And even with just having attack in them. But at some point, you're going to have 2 Endure runes with very high attack. You can throw in one unit that has more in resistance. It's never bad. There's always some options. Especially if you look at like siege offense, there's always options where you could think like, hey, siege offense with a lot of attack, but also some resistance. How about a Fuki? Fuki can use some resistance. Sure, you don't really need the, let's say, 40 attack on it. It's more HP based, but you kind of get the mindset that at first sight you don't always think of like, hey, this unit could be good or this thing could be good. So always give the chance for high rolls. This is kind of low rolls, so I'm gonna sell it. Also, a very important thing is a lot of people want to know like, what is the threshold? At what point do I sell? At what point do I keep? At what point do I roll? And the issue with that is there is no clear answer. And if anyone gives you a clear answer, it's a shit answer. Because it's based on what runes you already have, which state of the account you're already in, and then you're like, I'm mid-game. Like, mid-game is an arbitrary whatever. Some people call this mid-game, some people call that mid-game, some people call playing for 6 years mid-game. Some people, it's not even years related, it's how far you stay with your account, but saying like, I can solo R5, is that mid-game or whatever. Like, it's super arbitrary, so that doesn't make any sense. So the thing is, what you should look at for keeping runes or selling runes is, what kind of runes do you already have in the same slot with similar stats? Could you use another one? And the state of your overall account in general. So those kind of things determine that you would keep or sell a rune. So this for me, technically it's a 5 off from the crit rate, it's a 1 off from the speed. For me, it's not useful. Can I give an example? Yeah, let's say a rune like this. A rune like this is definitely a key. You could go into 32 attack, you could go into 23 crit rate, but if it goes low into defense, I'm probably not needing it. So for my case, I can already sell this. But for someone else that could maybe use it somewhere, there are always options. You really have to think like, okay, if I roll this rune right now, if I max grind it, if I actually put the enchants on it, everything, how far can it get? Because this thing, it could go triple into speed right now, and then it's a, well, let's say this goes 20 speed. Let's say it goes 18 speed. This is already shitter. I don't need this. If someone else doesn't have that many 20 speeds after grinds on the slot 3 of Vio, you keep it. And then you might be at the question is like, yeah, but I don't, if I keep that many runes, I don't have that many grinds. Well, check the other video that says use your freaking grindstones. And if you don't have grindstones, you start raiding. You stop farming runes, you start raiding. That's what you do. So if you have the issue that you sell a lot of runes because you have a limited amount of grinds, you're doing something really wrong in the core, because you have to first get your ass to raids, get more grinds, then get your ass back to the runes. When you get a good high efficient rune, you start grinding that, you're out of grinds, you get your ass back to raids. That's how you improve. And sure, if this rolls low, like I'm talking too much, so I'm not really minding what to roll, what I'm rolling, how much it's rolling. Normally I would recommend put it on the +6, check out the +6, what do you keep, what do you do, can you use it somewhere? If it's something, give any rune the chance to triple roll. Any rune has probably some stat in there that if you would say like, yo, if this would triple roll, let's say something, okay, let's see something stupid. Okay, this looks pretty stupid, right? But if it triple rolls into HP right now, I can make a very tanky rune for whatever. Sure, maybe on Vio it's not that useful, but always give things the chance to triple roll in something useful. If it's high triple roll on anything, you can probably use it. It's probably a better rune than you already have, because you start selling a lot of stuff, just waiting for that one speed, whatever, you're never gonna get. And that's kind of the issue I think a lot of people have. So let me see another option. Yeah, also these. Definitely for these, like 24 crit rate, very good. 28 crit damage, very good. If it goes 1 into accuracy, I don't need it because I already have high accuracy on the shields runes. So that's kind of the things you have to keep in mind. There's a lot of units. There's a lot of possibilities. There's a lot of offsets that actually do make sense if you start looking for like, hey, I have this good rune, and then I start looking for a unit. It's not that you have units and you start looking for runes. No, you have runes and you start looking for the unit. So if you keep it in mind from like, hey, I have this amount of units and I need runes for those, you're not looking at the big scala of fucking runes you're gonna get, and you're gonna sell a lot of shit that you could be like, yo, why did I sell this? I can use actually a very good like HP slot 2 with high damage on whatever set for like, I don't know who. There's always a something, right? So with that in mind, you should up your runes. And it does take a lot of time, yes. The moment anything is low roll, let's say this rolled like twice into super low crit damage, you already got a similar rune, you start selling it, it goes accuracy, I don't need that, you can sell it. But give everything a chance to roll, and it's actually very cheap. Sure, I have a lot of mana, I can get away with doing this shit, but the first 3 rolls, which is actually the most important rolls, they cost near to nothing. So it's way better to get those first 3 rolls in on pretty much anything you get, if they have some cohesive / useful, like this for example. I'm pretty sure most people would sell the shit out of this rune. But if this goes 32 attack into a max grind, this is 42 attack. Is it gonna land on 42 attack? Probably not, but give it a fucking chance. If you sell it, it's every arrow you don't shoot is a miss for sure. Right? So that's kind of the point I'm getting at. Also, a nice thing to keep in mind is if you have any hero, if you don't want to +9 it, you should probably sell it. Either +9 it or sell it. Same for legendaries, you have to +12 it, keep it as a re-up target, or sell it. If you don't want to sell it, make it +12 and then maybe sell it. Because if you're not sure at, for example, the +6 state, I would at least make it +9. Check the potential. Check the potential for a lot of runes. Summoners are... Wait. Speed up... Nee. Yeah, speed up, rune power up, come to us, please. I do very much agree on that. I do very much agree on that. Because the power up, it takes forever. It's really slow. But we can auto farm while doing it, so it's not the worst anymore. Talking about this rune. We're 4 of max on the attack, 2 of max on the crit rate. Does this mean this is a shitter rune? Kind of in between. You could still make this a 27. I could go for the last roll. Let's say the last roll is an HP. and then I grind or I enchant in defense over the resistance, and it could actually be a pretty high efficient rune. Am I going to need it? In my case, no, because I already have similar runes. And the thing is also, you should not aim for always having the next rune to be your next best. And very simple example is with speed again. But let's say you have a attack 40 on a endure rune, and you're getting one that's like, okay, this one could be 38 with grinds. And then you're like, yeah, but I already have a 40, so I can sell the 38. Yes, kind of, but focus for, like, let's say the runes you already have minus like a few percent. There's no exact number. There's no exact number for anything. Keep that in mind. And then, like, okay, I already have a few of those. And then maybe with that, I can or cannot use it. So those few things. Also keep in mind, a max rolled hero is way better than a low rolled legendary. Same actually for blue to hero, but I'm not gonna bother you with blue runes. But a max rolled hero is way better, especially if it has an innate, to like some low roll, quad roll legendary that doesn't do shit. So for these kind of things, really focus on the heroes. Do not really focus on if the legendary quad rolls, whatever. Cool, nice. There's even people selling legendaries that you're like, yo, you could use this shit. But yeah, some people are just like, no speed, sell, low roll, sell. Lots of flat stats, sell. No, actually, give any rune the chance to quad roll. And you can see a quad roll coming after +6. That's very cheap, right? So those things in mind. Next question you might have is, how the fuck do I store that many runes? Because you tell me to keep that much runes, and then I start upping them, and then I'm +12ing them, I'm not sure at the +12, should I sell or should I keep? Very simple thing to do is the following. You start making this. Placeholders for your runes. And a lot of them, they don't have that many runes anymore. They all used to have like 6 runes at some point. And there's a lot of +6s and that kind of stuff, and blues and whatever. But what are these units? They are from, I think, since the first half year that I started playing, maybe the first year, I started placing these units, and all of the runes that I placed there that are no longer in there are actually used afterwards that I placed them. So a lot of them, they're probably like whatever shit stuff that this one is actually not even that bad. A lot of this kind of stuff. That's what I start to store at the start, because I was like, yo, I don't really need a +15, but I could use it. Same here, +16. I did that for a bunch of speeds, but also for like a bunch of crit rates on these kind of slots, and some crit damages here, maybe some re-up targets here and there. A lot of that kind of stuff that you're not really sure, like, hey, if I get unit X, I might use it, so I might as well store that rune. Just throw it there. A free rune removal at some point, you actually can take them off, use them, something like that. So that's actually my tips for keeping runes, what to upgrade. And sorry, I know a lot of people would like to hear, it's like, okay, if rune has X, you keep, and if rune has Y, you sell. No, it's actually X point, Y point, B point, C, 3 times 7, the square root of a banana, counted backwards from purple, and then you actually, based on your own account that has been like all colors of the freaking rainbow, based on that, you actually keep or sell. It's not that difficult, to be honest, but you kind of get the feeling for it at some point. So I guess that is it for this video. I'm not really sure if I'm gonna talk too much. And that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. Also, wait. We're not done yet. Go to the Discord. The link is in the description down below. I made a separate channel for what about this rune. And in that channel, anyone can post like a rune and ask like, yo, do I keep it? Which unit can use it? What grinds should I keep put on that? And that kind of stuff. Anything you have a question about one specific rune, go to my Discord and actually go to the what about this rune chat room and just post in your rune. Mostly I will reply. There's a bunch of smart people in the chat, in the Discord there as well. Nice community out there in general, so there's always someone probably gonna reply like, yo, you could do this, or you just wait until I reply, or like anyone. There's a bunch of stuff, so I do really recommend to check out those kind of things. And guys, thanks for watching. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. check out the other video about grinds and enchants, because I think that one is more important than this one, to be honest. Even though some people might disagree. But that's it for this one. See you on the next one.